Reddit is great for understanding your target audience. Being part of Reddit means you understand what people need, what questions they ask, which problems they're trying to solve. That is a great research tool, not just for SEO, but also for SEO, because Reddit is a great resource for ideas for your blog, discussing problems, actual real human problems. And you may have that solution. So creating that content, Reddit-driven content on your site, answering those questions, putting your products in that context. This is how they solve those problems that are being discussed by real people, is a great way to attract those customers to your site. Use it for content brainstorming, understanding what goes viral on Reddit, what goes popular on Reddit, which questions people want to answer, how they're answering those, which solutions they provide, which follow-up questions they have. We know that's not Google anymore. We know that people use other sources to find content, including AI, Reddit as well, providing content that actually excites your target audience, expands your marketing channels in a big way. That means better rankings because Google does use Reddit database for their algorithm to adapt to user-generated content. It means more Google traffic as well because Reddit does rank very well in search results, and that's how you can get discovered through those Reddit threads as well. A great way to utilize Reddit is viral marketing. And that doesn't mean promotion. Never self-promote, never drop links there. We make sure that's part of the conversation. We need to make sure that's interesting, genuinely interesting shares. Being authentic is basically the best advice here, just being authentically useful, authentically interesting, having great content to share, not just everything that you have on your site. Something worthy of Reddit, creating something very unique and interesting is fundamentals of getting those discussed and shared on Reddit as well.
Just go to like the communities that are like relevant to your brand or what your audience is interested in. Go and read. Really helpful because everything on Reddit like usually stays there for like years and years and years unless it's deleted. So you can look through like historically that subreddit. So when you go to specific subreddits, on the side, on the bottom, they usually list like other ones that are relevant as well. So you can just do like a deep dive into what people are interested in those communities. You can sort by what's been really popular in the past week, the past month, the past day, the past year, of all time. And you can just see what people are talking about. And you can also find things that people are struggling with, pain points, by reading. Just do a lot of reading. You can come up with ideas, you can create something helpful and powerful for them, and then provide a solution for them. And that's like a more organic and longer lasting and more like impactful way to build your brand presence on Reddit. It always backfires to just go on Reddit and straight up do marketing, self-promotion. Reddit absolutely hates that. You can't control like negative sentiment like completely on Reddit. You can help balance it out by providing things that are actually helpful. That's what we've been doing since 2011 now. We've really we're always learning and growing, but we've definitely have achieved a lot of amazing success for our clients that way. And not only does researching and finding solutions for your audience, not only and then creating that solution, not only does that like help with the immediate Reddit brand reputation, but also that can turn into links, that can turn into brand authority. AI Answers loves Reddit and they use Reddit all the time. For example, one of our clients searched like our client's name and then infographic after that, just to like see if anything was going on with something recent that we were promoting. And AI Overviews came up with like this answer about how that client creates a lot of great infographics and listed like all the topics that the infographics cover. AI now sees that brand as an authority because they have provided through us this great content that really resonates with their audience. So there's just lots of wins by doing it this way, but you just can't be aggressive. Reddit can sniff out inauthenticity or self-promotion instantly. They hate it. So you have to be genuine and help.
Mm-hmm. You know, there are so many marketers who are trying to market at some channel without actually using it. And it's usually very, very obvious. Same with Reddit. You cannot just watch it and consider yourself a Reddit pro. You have to be a genuine user of that platform to be good at marketing at it. And I think it's the key here. And we started way back when it wasn't as popular platform, and I know there are services right now popping up with Reddit marketing and Reddit reputation management, but I would always be very careful. There are so few people in the industry because it has just become really trending. Like, it's been 2 years, I guess, since it has become really, really popular, thanks to Google's ranking Reddit so well. It is still very new. And just like with SEO, you have to be very careful when you find providers. It's a very tricky platform that can blow up, that can actually backfire on you in a big time if you do it wrong.
Been doing this for so long, I just have developed like a sense of what will be really successful on Reddit. Reddit users go beyond just standard news headlines. A lot of people go to Reddit to find new unique angles to look at things, and just a lot of curiosity.
Bottom line is here, and we've had so many questions from clients about that. Just regular listicles that you will see go popular on things like, let's say, Instagram, but those like most popular places in Spain, or one day in Barcelona or something like that, they may not do that well on Reddit. So you have to find something more unique and more interesting. That's why I'm saying yes. And why I'm saying that we have those questions from clients a lot is that sometimes they would give us their blog and say, hey, promote our articles on Reddit. And we are always like, this is not how it works.
Yeah.
They will not do well on Reddit. So we cannot make sure, like, we're not just promoting any link on Reddit. We need to make sure, because we are also very careful.
Standards.
We are very careful about our existing Reddit accounts that we have been using for years and years. They cannot link dropping your regular posts and expect some results. It's not how it works. That's why I'm saying that we actually use Reddit in the brainstorming of everything. Because we make sure that anything that comes from our precious accounts is actually is actually adding some value to Reddit, is actually interesting to them, and also we know how to position those content assets the way they are interesting. It's not just taking the title of infographic and posting the link. It's never like that. It's always the conversation, genuinely interesting conversation that's going on about any of our assets. So when you have your blog and you're trying to figure out, hey, can I use Reddit to promote this article? Chances are no. Chances will not do well on Reddit, because it's just not the same type of social media. They may do well on Twitter or X. They may even do well if you repurpose them in Reels. They may do well on Instagram. They may do well on Facebook. But Reddit is different. It's one step outside of your box, and trying to kind of find angles unique enough and interesting enough. And sometimes they could be positive, sometimes they could be negative. There could be contradiction there. There could be something there to sparkle those conversations. And any content marketing you do on Reddit, it is step outside of anything you have been doing on your blog so far, and finding something really unique. Usually it's data driven, sometimes multiple levels of data to come up with some unique angles when you overlay one set of data with another set of data. So it's always something really unique, and that is very important for everyone to understand. For Reddit marketing, you cannot do just repurpose your social media content and just drop it there. We've seen a lot of traffic from Reddit for every campaign. How do we do that?
It all starts with the idea that we come up, like you said. It has to be a unique, powerful idea that's different from anything. But I don't just drop the title or the name of the asset or article or whatever, I just don't put that in there either. Like also when I'm creating the thing assets too, I also keep in mind what titles or headlines am I going to use from this when I'm promoting it. And so I will take an interesting snippet from the thing that we created that's relevant to the subreddit that I'm going to and put that in there. So just like a hook. If it's like about a particular city and I'm going to that city subreddit, I'll provide the statistic from that city in particular, especially if it's like really striking. I'll comment something to like spark a discussion. I'll ask a question. I just try to put myself in the mindset. I find this infographic or asset really interesting, and I'm going to give it to these people because I think they'll also enjoy it. And then that's how I'll approach it in the comments. I'll just start a discussion that way because it's all just about discussion and community. You just got to be really careful about what subreddits you're going into because some subreddits are obviously not going to, links aren't allowed or things like that. Things like what we make aren't successful there. You just got to be like selective about where you post things, and it takes a lot of trial and error. Takes a lot of time. We definitely get a lot of traffic.
We definitely have a list of subreddits that we do not post to.
Yeah, we have a blacklist.
Yeah, whether they do not allow that in their rules, or maybe we had like some experience with people not being happy with us.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were not doing as well within those subreddits as well. So those are just a waste of time. And we do have a list of favorite that we've been that have proven very effective. So it's
we know some that journalists definitely go to and look for ideas. So, and that's another thing I wanted to bring up while we were talking before. Reddit has trained us to come up with things that journalists will like too, and that in turn gets links because journalists are always looking for unique angles and hooks, and that's what we're doing. And we know for a fact that they go on Reddit. It's happened so many times for us, and it just gives so many like juicy, powerful signals to our clients. So it all works out.
Yeah, Reddit is our most effective channel to reach journalists organically. So you don't have to email them because you never know how relevant it is to what they are currently working on. But with Reddit, they are actually going with those ideas, and they find us. And we've also had journalists reach out to our clients for quotes just because they find those assets on Reddit. Definitely, it's one of the best places to find those link amplifiers that can get even more signals beyond the great signals that Reddit is sending. Definitely, our goal is also reach more crowd that can give more coverage for our clients.